Check, check, check. Mic check, mic check. All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, guys. I'm going to give it a beat and then we'll jump right into it. We'll jump right into it. Hey, guys. Lisa, Lore, everybody. 76. So I'm going to definitely have music again and do all that. The format's different, so sorry. But we're going to get better. Just going to wait for a moment to get a few more on here before we begin. Just want to make sure everyone hears me okay. Everyone hear me all right? Hello, Tara, Roxanne, Carlotta, Oliver, what's going on? Hey guys, welcome to episode 34. We are actually doing episode 34. It is the eve of the 10th, so we're on the 9th. Tomorrow will be the 10th. We are episode 34. And I've got a little bit of information to share with you from Contact. We left off on, let me just read this to you. So July 30th was the last bit of contact, and we received the image of the tyrant. Remember, there was the tyrant down the hallway, and I covered the face. I received a close-up image of the tyrant, reptilian, humanoid / robotic, the tyrant of Cremona. So we're going to jump into it all the way up into the present. Last contact, I will tell you, the last contact I officially have was August 4th. Now, if you noticed, I've been posting on the Lyran Connection, that doesn't break Law 18, some of the images. So a lot's happened, and it's been quiet since the 4th up until now. We're going to do this episode. We're going to talk about a lot of different things. After tonight, after this show, we'll do Discord after chat. Taro will throw the Discord up there. You can ask me whatever you want on the Discord, and we'll go from there. What is that? Linda put up a fan. She put up this. Here it is, guys, in a nutshell. We've been up to this point for August 10th, right? What we do have confirmed, ironically, before we jump into contact, is, I believe it may have started yesterday or today, all the way until I believe it's the 18th or 19th. The Navy, worldwide, it's confirmed. They're having war games globally for the first time ever. Globally around all the oceans. Also, the 11th is a emergency broadcast system within the United States that'll be on a lot of platforms, smart TVs, cell phones, radio. So there'll be an emergency broadcast. This is not to install fear. It could be a cover. It could be for things to come. I don't know. I don't have those answers. But what I can tell you is what we have, what contact says. The last we knew is that this tyrant from Cremona was coming and gunning for me with the insectoid queen. Legions of insectoids were coming in waves to the earth for me because the insectoid queen says she needs a Lyran prince. So we'll take it from where we left off. If you need to catch up, you can catch up on the earlier episodes. And we're going to go through it. We're going to go through contact. We'll talk about it a little bit. And there's a lot of good news. But there's a lot of uncertainty. I talked to Commander Doug. He thinks we're in the clear. I don't feel on the same page until we get through it. And that's just me being a realist where we're not there yet. Tomorrow, I think the 10th into the 11th and then on, we'll see how it goes. And it is what it is. So with that being said, I'm going to start. We're at 11:07 now. And I do want to say, my neighbor down the street has already told me he doesn't use Facebook. He catches it on the YouTube feed, because what happens is when I do the show on Facebook, the next day we'll upload it onto YouTube. And he's going to be relevant in this contact that I'm going to go over this evening. He told me this evening, I haven't gone outside, but he said, hey, they showed up again. They're there. They came over and stopped, and my girlfriend saw it. That's what he's saying. Confirmation. They're out there right now, guarding, and we're gonna go into all that. And I have images that have recently been processed and came in, and I'm gonna share them from my neighbor down the street who notified me in this current contact. So, with that being said, after so we're going to start on, we're going to back up to July 30th at 12:46 a.m. I received an image, which I can't show you because it is a being, breaking law 18. Beings are close-up shots of cities and bases. I'm not going to show you. I can show you space. I can show you planets and moons and systems, light ships, but I don't want a catastrophe to happen. So with that being said, it is a very detailed close-up shot of that tyrant of the moon of Cremona. It's an insectoid, humanoid, robotic being. He is, that's what I received. So I said 7:27 a.m. What is this image? At 11:24 a.m. I said, so you are the tyrant, because I'm seeing the image. And then I wrote in my manuscript, so the manuscript, I wrote episode 33, 11 p.m., August 1st, 2021. And in Discord, everyone did a group collective prayer of protection, basically. I also, in old secured lines to the Lyrans, because we haven't heard from the Lyrans in a while, I did ask for assistance. So maybe it was a group, because of the group collective prayer, plus my message going out, I did receive a response. On Monday, August 2nd, at 8:23 p.m., I received, there is no danger of it is enough for the king's enemies, does not come at a late hour, class is a lion to the council, Sultrax 9, and of the kings who has retained him to hurt the other one of us! Exclamation point. The support system has been cleared by the action of our ships, and then I will not come to you as your brother. The tyrant of ruler Cremona, so that tyrant, the tyrant of ruler Cremona is retired from the gate, and the other for 1,000 years. It's signed off with the race code double dot double dot double dot dash double dot double dot double dot double dot double dot dash double dot, which is in the black manuscript that I have. That is the Lyran signature of their race code. So that's from the Lyrans. So they're saying the tyrant of the ruler of Cremona is retired from the gate for 1,000 years. So they're locked out. Just the tyrant. Then I received an image. I'll share that. I also shared it on the actual the Lyran Connection page. So that is the image of it. What you're seeing here is a ship, a defender ship. That looks like the sun. It isn't. It's also a light ship. And then whatever's taking the image is also another ship. And that's the Earth in real time of when I received it over my location. And there you can see the ocean over there. That is what I received. I said, what is this image of? And then I said, is that over Earth? Please explain in more detail the message above. They responded at 8:31 p.m. on August 2nd. You are correct. So they're over me, right? Here's the crazy part, right? So triple verification. I received that image at 8:27 p.m. At 8:31 p.m. I have permission from my neighbor down the street. He's like lives six houses down. He gave me permission to share this, and I have images of it, of his perspective. He sent me a message, and he said, you, quote unquote, you got a friend outside over towards the airport, just sitting there. So what I'll do is I'll share that perspective. So he took a picture, and you can't really see it. There's a actual ship there, but if you zoom in, that's the actual ship. He only saw one, but there are multiple ones there. And then I told him, that's funny because I said, I just got contact too, and I sent him the image of what they just sent me, and then he was sending me. And I can show that also on here because I had it printed off and just added it to it. It is showing the correspondence basically in real time as it was happening, and he was sending me the images as I was receiving the image of confirmation above. So I have a witness that we weren't even talking at the time, and I didn't even know he saw it. He also saw there's a ship. There's ship actually more than one outside right now. At 8:32 p.m., I asked, "Is that the Soltraxi above the Earth?" At 8:37 p.m., August 2nd, 2021, I received High Hour Light Warrior. The shame of the whole of the world. You see the part of a traitor insectoid being cut off. You are not afraid and safe. I said, are you saying I'm safe? I await your response. Who is speaking with me? What is your name? And then they responded at 8:48 p.m. Sounds like a tongue. Defender. Elun Menea, and the name is feminine, and I will go ahead and share that with you so you can see the name. I want to make sure critical information is not compromised. Illuminea, sorry about that, Eloonmenai, Illuminea. So Defender Illuminea. I said, nice to meet you. Are you informing me not to fear insectoid threat and that I am safe? I await your response. And they responded August 4th at 11:34 p.m. This is the base on the moon. Insectoid have taken shelter. I don't have those images in, but I did post them on the Lyran Connection so you can actually see them. It shows a pretty close-up, detailed image of the dark side of the moon. We were actually able to see and break down where it was through help from multiple people, Commander Doug and others. We were able to break down and ironically I'm wearing a moon shirt, so if you see the moon here, it's actually on the other side, top back corner, and it's a Russian crater. Off the top of my head, I would have to come off of this, but I posted it on the Lyran Connection. You can read it for yourself. I didn't memorize it. It is the location, also the images there. They also stated, and just to be injured. So basically, the Defender Lyran, Defender Royal light ships arrived. From the way it's told, it seems that they're waves, or basically they mopped up when they got here and things were coming in. They were able to shut out the tyrant himself, but the insectoids are still coming. Based upon old contact, the insectoids like to be in asteroids or large bodies of rock as like troop transports. The Lyrans engaged them. They're basically licking their wounds, and they fled to this base on the backside of the moon in that crater area, and they're saying they're injured and they were defeated. Does that mean it's over? No, because we know from old contact that the 10th is still upon us. That's tomorrow and going into the 11th. 11th is usually a big day with contact, but we have guards here. And I mean, 2 minutes before I even got on here, Garrett down the street was like, hey Alex, I was with Laura, we went outside, she confirmed it, the ships are here. I haven't even had a chance to go outside. So that's a good thing. They're here. I responded August 5th. Are you saying that insectoids have hidden themselves in a base on the moon? I don't see a base in this image. This is Earth's moon, correct? And we know based upon contact that when I'm reading this now, that's when it happens. It's the first thing that comes out. We've had time to think about and look at it. So with that being said, we know that there is that base in that quadrant from that image. And like I said, if you go to the Lyran Connection, you can see that part of the moon on the dark side. And then today at 12:48, I asked for a status update. I have not received a status update. I haven't received contact since they said they were injured, the insectoids, and that was on the 4th. They have been showing up nightly. The other day, actually 2 days ago, I had a couple of you out there who have come and visit. I've had many people visit me over the time being this past year, and we were out there. We saw about 8 ships in my backyard, and I fed them, and we went over contact, and We went through all our stuff, and they saw about, I think it was about 8 ships that night. So that was pretty awesome to see them actually, patrolling and guarding. So we're up to the eve of the 10th. So my whole point is, I was going to wait. I was like, well, I've posted everything up to this point and on the Lyran Connection. Should I do a show? I thought it was important because anything could happen. Maybe the good guys are winning. Maybe those insectoids will continue to come and get defeated. I do find it strange that there are worldwide naval activity going on. Especially, I went to go check my mailbox, which is a couple of blocks over the mail. I saw F-15s going up, and they were going upside down, and they were definitely fully armed, and there were things going on. So there's definitely naval exercises. It is also confirmed with that FEMA and emergency broadcast within the continental U.S. for the 11th. I find that odd. I find it odd about the insectoids for the 10th. I'm just trying to bring you guys up to date. I also just wanted to talk to you and say, hey, you never know. It's crazy. Everything. The world's going crazy. We know the reptilians have been running this planet for a long time. Eventually, these communications will cut. We're not going to have... that's when we all go blackout, basically. When the net goes down, that's when you should really be prepared and ready. We're still having transmissions. I do find it kind of odd that all these things are coinciding within the same time frame. The good news is, here's what, not to install fear. The good news is the Lyrans are aware. They're here. They're being witnessed by people who are not in the field. They're seeing it for themselves. They're notifying me. I'm so used to seeing ships on a nightly basis. It's not a big deal to me. Even when they fly low, it's really just like anything in life. Say you eat the same meal all the time. You get used to it, right? No matter what it is, you get used to it. Believe it or not, you see ships every night. It's not a big deal after a while. You don't go running outside. Cool thing is, the guys who came and visited me, they left me a night vision recording optics. I'm going to start utilizing that. I've been researching it today. I'm going to start recording some of the ships, so I'll start putting that on the Lyran Connection. You can see it for yourself. It's not going to be hard to record these incidents that happen, because it's daily. It's daily for just about a lot of people around the world. People are seeing on a higher scale than normal, just seeing stuff. I remember there's a lot of you I've talked to personally that say, I've never seen a thing, and now all of a sudden I'm starting to see stuff. Well, yeah, things are building. Things are building terrestrially, extraterrestrially. So I not that I'm saying this is a farewell. I'm not saying this is a goodbye. But if we're ever knocked off the air or contact stops, at least episode 34 will go down as this is the official where we're at. Where this is where we're at. The good news is we have light forces here. The good news is that the insectoids, especially the Tyrant, has been knocked out of play. The insectoids themselves continue to come, and they've been wounded and licking their wounds. What about the insectoid queen? Don't know. I don't have that data. Or maybe they'll do a full-fledged, like they said, it's going to be seen around the world on the 10th, going into the 11th. Maybe it still does. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I'm not scared. I defeated that fear part years ago. It is what it is. We're gonna make it through it. They lose in the end. It doesn't matter. They lose, and it all ties into, like I've said before. It's everything is, and just like Contact has said, it's all binded. So everything is intertwined. They're they're still upset about things that happened long ago, and they're trying to do what they can do before their numbers up, basically. And we're gonna just see where it goes. I can only give you what I receive. A lot of people out there, they tell you this, that, and I've heard all kinds of stuff, but I don't have reports of it. I don't have where we're liberated and this is that, because all I keep seeing is a lot of bad stuff happening. Not trying to be a fear monger. I'm not trying to, but there's a lot of craziness going on. And all I can tell you is, what does this say? Got me stress eating. Don't be stress eating. Nah, we're in control. Remember, they're coming to you. They're coming here. So they need or want something. There's nothing to be stressed about. You have the power. You hold that power. That's why they're here. Otherwise, it would be a different scenario. You'd already be totally enslaved, and things are. This is a front. This is their. It's desperate. This is saturated in desperation, and we have not only our terrestrial forces of the light, because there's dark forces on this world. Believe me. You have terrestrial light forces, but you also have light forces out there. Just as you have dark forces out there, and you have dark forces on the planet. Hopefully, I'll receive an update. Hopefully, the grid or the internet doesn't go down. Hopefully, these are normal tests with the Navy and emergency broadcast, and it's nothing nefarious or a cover for anything. But I find the timing all too impeccable. It's too coincidental. I believe you're gonna have real stuff mixed with a false flag, kind of, where they can remember. They're not gonna let anything, a good tragedy or chaos, they're not just going to let that go unchecked without something to control it, to control the narrative. Just like I told you, there are people out there, just like myself, that want full disclosure, and those who want partial disclosure. They're going to give you a little bit, but they want to control that narrative and say, no, it's only like this. And I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to hope for the best. I wish for the best. I know Contact was short tonight. That's why I was like, should I have an episode? But I think you guys deserve it. Just to be like, hey, this is where I'm sitting. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I got. Even though I posted it on the Lyran Connection for the most part. But now it's officially on the record. And I think we're more powerful than what we realize. Stay away from. The only thing I can suggest is stay away from the ones that want to instill that fear or that. Because remember, if they had it their way, they would already be in control. But they're not in control. It's a grab for power. So we have a chance. We have defenders. There's an image above us in real time. There's an image of the moon, their base. It's showing their strategy. It's showing what is happening. So we all need to continue to communicate. A lot of us locally, whether we trade in our vegetables in the garden and chickens with eggs, and starting to build communities locally. Our neighborhood is great for that. Everyone trades items for free for other items, and we're pretty self-sufficient. Everyone should be getting to know your neighbor, helping each other out. Some of you in certain locations may be further out from others, or you might be in a state where it is not so friendly in a sense. But reach out to those that you feel or you know you could try and start talking about, so you have supplies. By this time, you should already have some kind of reserves built up, whatever it is. Build your food supply, build your water supply, build whatever supplies you can, because it can happen. Look at World War One. Look at World War Two. Look at the Great Depression. Look at during Vietnam. Look at the housing crisis. Look, all, well, it's never going to happen to me. That's all crazy talk. I mean, it happens, and it happens more often than you think throughout history, where you need to have reserves, or you need to have things, or support with each other. So there is a global community, but once that net goes down, the internet goes down, you're going to have that already established to be able to know who to work with and who not to work with, and watch out. And again, this is not a fear episode. This episode 34 is what it is. I was giving you a status update. The insectoids have taken a hit. Some have told me, hey, it's over. No, I don't think it is. I mean, we're right there on the cusp. And if you look at the data, every year after year, it's increasing dramatically. So to me, we haven't peaked yet. This is peaking. We're getting there, but it's. I mean, we're at a point where I have neighbors saying, "Oh, there's a ship over your house." I mean, is that normal? That's not normal. It's not an airplane. It's not a helicopter. It's not a drone. You have ships, and they're sending images in real time with messages. So, with that being said, I want everyone to stay safe. I appreciate all the love and support. You guys have been contacting me all the time. All around the world, I get messages. Believe it or not, I do spend more time answering messages, and I love it, than I am on live on the air. And a lot of you say the same thing. We're all human. We all have the same needs and wants. So with that being said, I'll jump on here. I'll look at some of these. I see a ton of messages going through, paragraphs of stuff. We're going to do a Discord after chat, where it's easier for me to respond, because it is late. There is so much going on. All right, I'm going to jump right on here. It says, see, Commander Doug, fireballs are common occurrence. The numbers are low because they often occur accumulated in remote areas. Yeah, someone was telling me, it was yesterday or the day before, there's fireballs coming in and they're getting shot down. And I looked, I didn't see any reports of fireballs. I mean, there's a lot of fireballs, and I've seen fireballs before. So I haven't seen that. So if anyone's seen fireballs or any of that, let me know. Send that information to me. I'd appreciate that. Anyone else hearing an eerie sound in the background? I'm not hearing an eerie sound here, but maybe you are on your end. I could be getting messed with. Let's see what else we got here. What division? Who made the report? I'm not sure about what that means. Lyra is the birthplace of the humanoid races, the most powerful genome of this and other galaxies. We got this. Yes, that is true. Does the public know about EBS? I think a lot of people are aware of it. I don't think everyone. So there's probably going to be a little bit of fear when that goes off. But these things do come. It hasn't been what it's proclaimed it's going to be, how massive it's going to be for the 11th. And I think it's natural for people in 3D world who's not aware of a lot of things going on to be fearful. And we know when you have fear, the dark side basically feeds off of that. So it's that panic, and it's control, and it's manipulative. So if you know people who are, it's gonna be okay. It's a test, so they say. Let me see what else we got on here. It has frozen a few times, but otherwise all good for me. Let's see. How odd. I did not send this. Be careful in case I've been hacked. Yeah, that's great. What? I lost the feed. Anyone else? Wow. We're still live, so I don't see it. The feed being broken. Let me see. Let me catch up. Probably people in the house. Oh yeah, so what you're hearing, you're like, if you hear anything in the background, my kids were watching a movie downstairs, so they're being loud. They're running upstairs, and they're going to their rooms, getting changed, that kind of deal for bed. It's late. I let them stay up late tonight they're watching some musical thing. So yeah, Angela, emergency broadcast system, that's for the 11th. Yeah, I wanted to post, Ray, you brought up a good point. I wanted to post tonight, and I was contemplating it. I was like, I don't have a lot of contact, but because I pretty much posted it into the Lyran connection, but I wanted it to officially be on the record, let you know we do have, the Lyrans have responded. I don't know if it was the prayer that we did in the Discord chat. I don't know if it's when I asked them on a secure line for assistance. They have showed up. We have witnesses that they showed up. We have images that they showed up from the ground, from their end, and data stating how they have basically, I don't curse a lot on here, but I said they whipped the ass of the insectoids that were coming in or were around to the point where they retreated to the moon base on the dark side of the moon. I have reports of people saying that the moon has been liberated, but I have no such said confirmation from the Lyrans, from anyone who said that the moon is liberated, other than other contactees or people who channel who have made that statement. But I haven't officially received that statement, and I have visual in real-time imagery and messages that state otherwise. So there is still things afoul. If you have this much craziness still going on in the earth, you still have a war that's hot and heavy between the deep state and the agenda that's being pushed terrestrially, and you have these threats coming in from extraterrestrial and inbound. We're far from being control of anything. This is hot and heavy right now. Things are going on. But do we need to be fearful? No, we outnumber them. They know it. Everyone knows it. You should know it. And we're still live. We're not shut down. We're all here. So we have the upper hand still. And until that time, I'm not gonna bead sweat on my brow worrying about things that I have no control over until the time that I'm told, like, hey Alex, it's like basically contact, you're in deep shit, you need to run. I don't have that yet. So is it hot and heavy? Is it coming in? Sure. But we have forces mopping up there, literally mopping up there to where they're retreating. Are they still coming? Sure. But what are we going to do? With that being said, can you read that one long message one more time? I'll watch again later, but thought I'd ask. No worries if not. The long message. I think you're referring to, let me get to it. The long message of recent contact. The long message is, so August 2nd, 8:23 p.m. There is no danger of it is enough, for the king's enemies does not come at a late hour. Class is a lion to the council. Soltrax 9. And of the kings who has retained him to hurt the other one of us! Exclamation. The support system has been cleared by the action of our ships, and then I will not come to you as your brother. The tyrant of ruler Cremona is retired from the gate, and the other for 1,000 years. Signed off, .. dash, .. dash, .. which is the Lyran signature race code as a confirmation, plus the image of, and I'll show it again, and I posted in the Lyran connection, of them in real time above the planet. At the same time, also received down the block Garrett, who took the images of them in the sky as not all the ships, but he caught a couple, and that's where we're at. I mean, and then there was some more talk. Basically, the insectoids took a licking. They went to their base on the dark side of the moon, and then I haven't received a physical moon shot in the mail because I have everything processed, but I did post it on the Lyran connection. You can actually see the actual image of where their moon base is, and we've also figured, if you look in the comments, we figured out where exactly that base is, what part of the moon, the quadrant of that dark side of the moon, the name of the moon, the actual coordinates of it, where they're at. So it is officially known out there. So it's awesome. And they're exposed. Thanks, brother. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Oliver. Roxanne, gate could refer to a portal, meaning the tyrant escaped or was sent through one. Yeah, and the way they say it is like he's locked. He's locked out for, it said 1,000 years. And there's been quite a bit in Old Contact where it goes through gates and portals where there's 1,000-year clicks, basically, of time. And that's a good thing for us. This tyrant, that's really good that at least they took care of this tyrant of Cremona. And they've been gunning for me ever since the moon of Cremona exploded, and I have that image of the moon exploding, and there's multiple races that were underground. They blame me for it. I wasn't there. I didn't decimate Cremona, but it was decimated. And you know what? The way I don't want to say it like that, but the way they make threats and the way they act, I'm not surprised that they were decimated and blown out off the face of the moon. And I guess that's karma for you. That's you play with fire and you wind up getting fired. So, but bugs, these insectoids, they just seem like they're relentless. And it says in Old Contact too that they're like a third party. So like they work with the reptilians and the 18 legions, but they're independent on their own, this insectoid queen. And she said she needs a Lyran prince, or what about other princes or princesses or whoever? But I don't know. She says she needs a Lyran prince. So, guys, that's what I have for tonight. I'm going to jump on Discord. I just want you to let you know, don't worry about tomorrow. Let's stay positive. It would be cool. Keep your eyes to the sky. I'd stay on defense. Be prepared. No fear. Take shots. Send them to me. If you see anything or anything going on, there's a lot of weird stuff going on. So you got the 10th going into the 11th with the insectoid thing, and you got the whole Navy exercise. You have the whole emergency broadcast system on the 11th, and who knows what's going on out there. I can only tell you what I get and what's reported to me. I'm at a standstill currently. Let me just double check. You're not gonna believe it. I did receive contact. 11:45. 11:45. So just now I received contact. Let me see what it says. Give me a moment, guys. Contact says that they may fear thee up. Let me reread that. That they may fear thee up. Thee up. That they may fear thee up. And there's two more lines. Hold on. Say he did not tell you. That is to say, he did not tell you. They may fear you up. One sec. That they may fear you up. That is to say that he did not tell you. So okay, so we received contact. I can't even process that right now because we're live, and I normally have my routine. That I don't know. We did receive contact though. Let me read that one more time. Give me one more minute. Sorry, guys. That is to say that he did not tell you, that they may fear thee up. That is to say, he did not tell you. I don't know. In context, I don't know it. Basically, they're trying to instill fear in you. And basically, someone didn't tell me something. So, I don't know. So, we did receive contact while we were on here live. Are you guys still on here? I know I'm jumping back and forth on here. So, am I still live, guys? Am I still live? Anyone? All right, cool. I don't know. So what I'm gonna do is this is nuts. See, it's hard when you're on the same thing and you're trying to go back and forth. So there's fear. So this is what I get for. Let's break this down logically. There's fear. Fear is to make you. It's basically to dismantle you mentally, paralyze you, and someone not to tell you something. Well, whatever. We'll figure it out. I didn't get an image. That would be cool if I got an image, but I didn't get an image. But it has to be the Lyrans telling me I'm guessing right now until I can analyze this, and we'll do it in after chat on the Discord. But who is he? I don't know. I think they're referring to the tyrant to instill fear. I'm guessing. Again, this happened live, so I didn't write it down yet. I didn't analyze it. I'm just shooting it with you. You guys are watching this as it happens. I think the tyrant was trying to instill fear. Basically, the Lyrans are here, so and the insectoids are getting beat. The tyrant's locked out, and I think they're trying to tell me is that they're watching us now. The Lyrans are watching us live. They have in the past many times. So they're basically saying it was to instill fear and basically everything's under control. But I can't confirm that because this just happened and I didn't fully get to do the translation, but that's what the first translation that came out until I can look at that. So, hey guys out there, up there above us, thank you for your service. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for doing the good works and protecting us. So I appreciate that, and I will definitely be rewarding those for the valor and an honor that of coming all this way to defend us when I get back up on there. So I have less than 9 years, they say. I have to make it through this whole thing. But thank you, and thank you for giving us confirmation live on the air. Um, and I'll share that. We'll break it down, and I'll go on Discord. Sorry, I'm a little off key because I wasn't expecting contact, and it's actually a really good thing. I'm humble and I'm grateful. It just I want to make sure the translation's 100% correct, but that's the gist of it. So it was to instill fear. I guess they're still attacking or going to what basically we're in control right now still, and we're still here, guys. Wow, this is crazy. So this has been episode 34. Guys, I would just be on caution for the next 48 to 72 hours. Don't panic. You can text me, message me like you've been doing. We'll get through it. They can't win. It's psychology. Think about it. This wouldn't be known. Something else would have already been happening that was totally negative, if that makes sense. Like, there wouldn't be talk. So we have the upper end. We just have to keep pushing forward. Stay confident. Don't fear. Don't eat too much. Don't buckle down. But be on guard, be aware, but let's stay in communication, and I'll meet you on Discord, and let me see if I can fine-tune this translation. I love you guys, peace, and may God bless and everyone have peace and love, and let's get through this garbage. This is ridiculous, but let's get through it. We can go do it together. Love you all. I'll see you on the flip side. See you in Discord. Have a good night.